Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where we are back here in Helm's Deep, where things are getting desperate. We've fended off the troubles in the glittering caves, but the rest of the battle isn't going all that well. What do you think about that, Aragorn?
So Gimli lives and is in high spirits. That is good.
I fear, though, that I do not share in Gimli's confidence. The fortunes cannot stand much longer. We are nearly overrun. Uh-oh. What do we do now?
Our options are exhausted, as are the defenders.
I don't know how much longer that we can hold the fortress. We must fall back into the Hornburg and defend it for as long as we can. We must fall back to the keep. Alright, and I see that somebody popped in at this point. So I presume that this is for the short encounter. Let's see. Talk to Chindrich to complete the storytell version. Okay, dokie. Hello. I just spoke with your daughter. My friend, you still live. I have sustained a number of injuries, and my shield was cloven in two, but still I stand strong for Rohan. What's that? You encountered my dear wife Adrith and my daughter Leofa? Yeah, Leofa killed the Dunlanding chief. Yes, they're still in good health, safe within the caves? Oh, you have eased my worries, Pinelore. I thank you for that, but there is no more time to rest. We must defend the Hornburg. All right, let me get my friend here, and let's go and save the Hornburg.
The Hornburg must not fall. This is the last defense, my friend. We must stand for as long as we can. For Rohan.
Well, this does not give me great confidence with all these things burning here. How fares the battle down below? There has been hard fighting up here, and Theoden King has bloodied his sword already. Oh, this is Hama. Alright, so far we have turned aside all our foes, but I fear that they will storm the lower levels and that we will be surrounded. Do you have any good tidings for the king, or has that been lost? This night seems never-ending, and that is a trait that it shares with the forces of Isengard. Oh, well, that could be a problem in any case. But these are the fighting Uruk-hai. What do they care about mourning? This way! My king! Stand not so near the edge! I fear that an arrow of the orcs might find you. You need not fuss over me. I do not fear death. My sword rests no longer in idleness. I am prepared to fight and die for thy land and my people. It should have been so earlier, but for the honeyed words of Saruman poured into my ear by the servant Grima. But no longer. My place is here, in defense of my people, until the very end. It will not be much longer. Oh boy, he is not thrilled with confidence. I do not think that we need another... Oh, the orcs will run the northwest wall. Then it is over. It is not so yet. Pinelore. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I missed. I do not think that we will see another sunrise, Pinelore. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's what you're saying. The orcs almost run the walls, but Aragorn says it's over, not so. Okay. If the Hornburg falls, there will be none left to safeguard the kingdom of Rohan. We must defend the fortress for as long as we can. There is no other choice left to us, Pinelore. It falls to us to save Rohan. Oh, just the two of us. Follow me. Alright, we can see what we could do. Let's see what two people can do. Well, three if you include the Swamp Guardian or whatever it is. Okay, well, that was... That certainly, well, I was going to say woke them up, but, well, they're not up anymore. It woke them down. This is not the last of them. Well, that's certainly going to be the case. There we go. And there you go. Oh! No, that was Theoden, son of Thingol, who dealt you that killing blow. Oh, what is that? Black powder! Quench the fuse! Oh. Let's go. That was quickly done. You may have purchased us reprieve and saved the fortress from another of Saruman's sorcerous devices. We are safe. For now. Except for now, which things get this. Safe? You speak of safety when 10,000 orcs clamor outside the walls? We slew these orcs, so too will we slay the next. This troll met his end by your hand, Theoden King. Aye, Hama. But how many more will need ending before I reach my own? We should get out of the open, Theoden. This way. I will not cower within these walls until the end. This is not the death of a king of Rohan. There are not many choices left to you, Theoden. Not many? No. But this choice I do have. Erlingus! Riders, make ready! We will ride forth and bring glorious battle to the orcs. Theoden, it will take time for your men to prepare. I will give you the time you need, my king. I will stand guard by your door one last time. Hama! No foe shall pass, my king. Go, my door ward. He is going to be door ward quite literally, yes. Mount your steed, Pine Lore. Mount my steed. You will ride with us. Okay? We will ride forth the Hornburg and bring death to the orcs. Riders to me! Let none fear to ride with us, for the bards will sing of our deeds long after we have gone. This is the hour of Rohan. All right. This is definitely not a scenario geared to increase my life expectancy. Here we go. I must say that went better than I expected.
Do you hear that sound? It is the sound of celebration. The battle is won.
Yeah, sort of in the middle of it. All right, let's see what we get here. All right. Let's take that. Whee!
Dawn has come, and with it the renewal of our hopes.
I can't believe our good fortune. Dawn's come, and the renewal of our hope. Go out to the front gate of the fortress and see it for yourself. All right. Let's see how things look. Introduction, West Gondor. Oh, well, we will eventually handle that. So let's go out to the front and see how things look out there. However it looks, it can't be any worse than it was last night. Well, except now I can see it. But the one advantage of the current view is that it doesn't include 10,000 orcs out here. And maybe a few hundred Dunlendings. Yes, all that is missing from this view. And the fewer orcs in the area, the better. Now, I try to remember exactly what I did that got rid of them. Well, I'm sure I'll remember at some point. Ah, hello. I hope you guys have a clearer memory of last night than I had.
Fortune was with us this day.
I came out upon the wall to see the dawn, and the orcs mocked me. They did not know their doom was at hand. They jeered me and threw stones, but I despaired not. Theoden spoke of one last ride through the gates, and I saw the glory in it. But still I dared not hope for victory. I know what you mean. Oh, and yet the sight of the king riding forth gave his people the fire that they needed. Did you hear the horn blast as the king rode forth? I did not know what man blew the horn of Helm Hammerhand, but it filled our foes with terror, especially the wild men of Dunland. They thought that Helm had come once again from the living. Who is to say that he had not? Oh, boy. Well, what do you say about that, Theoden?
The orcs fled before us into the wood. But from whence came this sorcerous forest?
A forest? Oh, okay, I'll look for the forest later. Yes, we had seen victory this day. The Eorlingas rode forth from the gates, driving orcs and wild men before them. I had never been so proud of my people as when they charged beside me into the mass of our foes. Many brave warriors perished in the night, but the glory that is theirs can never be taken away. Rohan lives still because of their courage. The orcs fled before us, but they knew not what to make of the forest that lies now at Helm's Dyke. Gandalf may know, for it seems the thing of sorcery. I know only that the wood is no friend to the orcs, for none had passed that way have emerged. Oh, so I have to go deeper down to the gate. Okie dokie. Well, let's see what Gandalf had to do about this. No, we ride out towards sure death, and instead Gandalf arrived with the forest, apparently. Okay, well, what have you been up to?
Do you see the forest over yonder? That is no doing of mine.
Oh, not yours either. Well, I'm glad to see that you survived the night, my fortunate friend. Theoden, too, has had a turn of fortune, though he did not realize its true extent. Do you see the forest away yonder? It's not my doing. Those trees were brought here by a power much older than my own, and much greater in its own way. Theoden calls it sorcery, but name it not that. Name it rather a power that bodes ill for orcs and all others who harm the natural order of things. Saruman should fear this power. I believe he has already come to know his mistake. But we will learn the truth of this later. For now, celebrate the ally that arrives in time, and the courage of friends. The day brings with the dawning of hope for Rohan. What? You had some ents spring in a forest. Well, I mean, what else could bring in a forest other than ents? All right, thank you. Well, let's see what else we've got going on in here. Talk to Aylmer in the field of victory. Well, it sounds like Aylmer also survived. Well, I guess that's good. I mean, Theoden certainly can't afford to lose another heir. Ah, here we go. Well, alright. Next one to call me a Devonian get slapped in the face, alright? Okay, hello, Aylmer!
Even the memory of Helm Hammerhand fills these Dunlendings with fear.
Most of the Dunlending warriors cast down their weapons when the horn of Helm Hammerhand rang through the deep. Even this memory could fill them with fear. I am having some difficulty convincing these warriors that their lives will be spared. I think Saruman painted for them a picture of my people rather different than the reality. We're talking about Saruman, who's been living on lies for the last couple of years, probably. Hello. This is Captured. Anyone called anything other than Captured Dunlending? No. Okay, actually, what clan are you? Do they have in here? You have. Well, okay, that's definitely a Falcon clan. I can tell the Falcon clan from a mile away. Yeah. Okay. That's unfortunately I don't know that clan. I never learned the livery of all of the Dunlending clans, so I can't say because the Falcon I know of for well. Well, maybe the Falcon will fight over to see who could be their new leader.
The horsemen burn their captives alive. Solomon saw it with his sorceries.
Saruman saw it with his sorceries. Yeah. I know what the horsemen do to their captives, and I will not let that happen to me. The strawhead says that they will be spared, but how can I trust this man who weighs the value of a horse above that of his own children? He doesn't have any children yet. Whatever! The horsemen burn their captives alive and feed upon the dead. Saruman saw it with his own sorceries. Well, first of all, I'm not too sure about burning the captives alive. That doesn't sound like their style. And I don't know. I don't think they'll find you tasty. You assured the Dunling warriors that this is simply one more lie of Saruman's, and that Aylmer and his men have honor. The warriors' fear abates slightly, but it will take some time before he is at ease. In time, the lies of Saruman will prove their falsehoods. Oh well. Good luck. Legolas and Gimli survived also. How are you feeling, Gimli?
You stand before a victorious dwarf, friend.
The battle is ended, and so is my contest with Legolas. Yeah, that's right, you stand before a victorious dwarf. Ha 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 ha! You were quite a help within the caves, my friend, and I thank you for your aid. The fighting was thick, and the outcome was not certain. But we triumphed, and now the light of day banishes the fears of the night. I'm glad that you're here to see it. All right. What do you say about that, Legolas?
Dawn brings with it an end to our struggle, for now. Joyful sunrise.
Gimli has won our little competition, for his tally exceeds mine by 1. I begrudge him not the contest, for I was very worried when the fighting drove him back to the caves, and none seemed to know his fate. But he tells me that you were a staunch ally, and I thank you for it. Doubtless you softened some of the foes as well, and helped him to win our competition. Well, I forgive you for that, my friend. It was said only in jest, of course, for the light of the morning seems more ripe for jesting than any that we have seen of late. Well, that's for sure. Wait, well, let's get back to Gandalf after checking with everyone else. Now, do I get a chance to rest, or do you have some other foolish stuff for me to do?
The battle is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory.
The orcs have been defeated, if not by blade, then by power older than the kingdom of Eorl. The warriors of Dunland have fallen or fled, and those that remain have thrown down their weapons. The battle for Helm's Deep is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory. We will soon need to travel to Isengard, there to see what will become of Saruman now that his army is defeated and his treacherous goals laid low. But for now, there is the work of recovery to be done. We will nurse our wounds, tend to our fallen, and see what must be done in the deep and in the ravaged fields of Rohan. I will call for you when the time is come to set our sights upon Isengard and Saruman. Right. What will we do next? We'll have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.